During an easier time, in a kinder moment, I would have had the pleasure to look out at all of your faces into a room full of people that I love and respect. But although things aren't ideal right now, I'd like you to take a moment to meditate on all the things you've been able to achieve in spite of the last 2 years. You taught that class, you defended that thesis, and you showed kindness when perhaps you didn't have much left to spare. We are all tough. We've been through a lot and are still in the thick of it. These are harrowing times. We've borne the weight of so many unknowns, felt the blunting kick of injustice, and held our breath as we witnessed history being made, repeated, undone, and rewritten. We've survived a global pandemic that covered our faces, claimed the lives of 6.2 million people, and left the lungs of many more scarred and gasping. All the while, we banded together against the disease of racism and white supremacy, taking to the streets shouting, "I can't breathe!" It's understandable to still feel out of breath, blue in the lips and stiff in the neck after 2 years of fear and brutality. After a tumultuous election, a failed insurrection, the war in Ukraine, and all the losses and near misses and challenges that come with living through these harrowing times. But through it all, we did our best. We've built lives amidst the chaos and fought for a better future. That's the promise to cling to. We get to be part of that future. To the educators among us, you get to open the eyes of your students through the power of literacy. Save books from the pyre and place them into the hands of those who will come after us. To our rhetoricians and linguists, you have a responsibility to advocate for more inclusive and mindful infrastructure that gives access to education and skills from which many are still otherwise shut out. And to my fellow poets and writers, well, we get to record the truth, critique and analyze the world through our art, and create spaces in which marginalized and voiceless people can finally be heard and seen. We are all so very privileged. Our work can prevent senseless and hateful violence, inspire legislation that values human lives over dogma, and cultivate the next generation to be better caretakers of our world. We must remember the importance of stories, remember the power of our language, and build a homeland that is safe for all life, human, plant, and animal alike. To the English department faculty, thank you for mentoring us, for sharing your passions and encouraging ours, for keeping the fire burning when the disintegrating world threatened to snuff us out. Thank you for never giving up. You didn't take your frustrations out on your students or let petty agendas, turf wars, or differences of opinion get in the way of your students' best interests. More than that, you never treated us like burdens, stacks of papers, or numbers in a grade book. You were flexible, understanding, and adapted your curriculums to the circumstances affecting your classrooms. You never once faulted anyone for getting sick, feeling mentally unwell, grieving lost loved ones, or caring for ailing family. Your kindness and empathy should be applauded, and may we all continue to be better when the need for such empathy will inevitably arise again in the future. I'd like to give a special thanks to Dr. Liza Wieland, Dr. Margaret Bauer, Professor John Hoppenthaler, Dr. Kirsten Squint, Dr. Marianne Montgomery, and Professor Amber Flora Thomas for your mentorship, friendship, and the wisdom you have passed on to myself and the rest of the class of 2022 during our time at ECU. And to my fellow graduates, congratulations on reaching this incredible milestone. You should all be so proud of what you have achieved. Thank those who supported you and acknowledge those living in the spaces you enter. And remember, you're living history. Your story matters, so keep writing, keep reading, keep being kind. And together, we might just save the world. Congratulations again.